Hey, carnivore friends. This is Candace at Carnivorish at 47, and I just wanted to share with you some really great news. I just got out of my dentist's appointment today. I had a cleaning that was about 3 months overdue, and it went really great. I had wonderful gum health. I didn't have any cavities. They said everything was excellent. Good job. Generally, I hate the probing that they do. With the sharp utensil where they go around each tooth at the gum line, and then they poke 3 times and then they read off all those numbers. I hate that. And I usually taste a lot of blood with that. This time, it was a breeze. She went around my mouth, checking all of the crevices and all the points that they're supposed to check, and I barely tasted any blood. And I didn't have that itchy gum feeling after I was done. She said everything looked really, really good compared to last time. So even though I do unfortunately cheat a couple times, and I'm working on that. I cheat because I have a carb addiction that I am trying to overcome, and my intention is to be 100% carnivore. Not that I'm loose about carnivore. I really, really want to get to 100%, but I fall off the wagon every once in a while, and then I hop back on the following morning. But I just wanted to share with you my great results at the dentist. So this is, I believe I'm about 7 months carnivore-ish. My longest stretch of being absolute carnivore is about 8 days. And then I fall off for a day, and then I get back on the wagon. Generally, the time that I struggle is at night. So I'll go all day just fine on the carnivore diet and my carnivore plan, and then at night, one of my kids will have something or whatever, and they'll leave it out, and I'll be like, I'll look at it, and I'll look at it again, and then finally I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna eat it. And then I end up eating more and more, and then and I'm just so mad at myself. So, and then generally I do feel more inflamed, and I'll wake up with some joint pain and stuff like that. So I know that the carbs and the sugar have a lot of impact on how I feel. But then I wake up the next morning and I hit it again. And my goal is to get to bed that night without eating any carbs. So, today is a good day, and especially with the good news from the dentist. One thing I wanted to share was I was talking to the hygienist about what I was doing, and I didn't flat out say that I was carnivore. I said we're trying to eliminate sugar and carbs in our family's diet, and I said I was super excited to find out how my oral health was, and she said, well, it's just really, really good. And I said, well, I'm trying to weed out all the sugar and the carbs in my family's diet. And I said, it's just been crazy because it goes against everything that I had ever learned. I have a biology degree, and then I was an athlete, and the current, when I was growing up in the 80s and 90s, they said low fat and eat multiple meals a day. Generally they were high carb meals, and that's the way to keep your metabolism running at peak performance and to lose weight. So I followed those instructions, and I just felt worse and worse as I got older. So I have changed my diet, and I feel so much better. And today my oral health showed that. And I said, it's just crazy because all these things are like, you have to dig, and then you find out that a lot of the things that you've learned growing up are not true. So it goes against the grain, and it's hard to accept sometimes, but you just gotta keep digging to get the answers. The other thing that I shared with her was I was always frustrated because I had braces when I was growing up, and 3 of my 5 kids have had to have braces so far. I've got 2 that we're still waiting on, and hopefully they won't ever have to have braces. But I said, what did people used to do back, before braces were an option? Did they just walk around with crooked teeth? Did they, and cavities too? Like, what did people do about cavities? And I said, I found out that they didn't have crooked teeth. They might have had a little bit of crooked teeth, but not nearly to the extent we are seeing that today. So, and and she seemed a little bit interested in that aspect. And I said, well, it's because we eat soft foods today. We don't eat the hard foods that our ancestors ate. We don't chew on meat and chew on the bones and give our jaws the exercise that it needs to produce healthy jaw structure. And you can look it up yourself. And there are people who have done some experiments about where they ate more meat and maybe beef jerky for a month, and their jaw structure and the musculature changed tremendously. So I'm wondering if in the future that I can help my younger children prevent them from having to have braces, and that it'll help their teeth. They're not super little anymore, but maybe there's still some hope, and maybe there's some hope for me too, because even though I had orthodontics when I was growing up, my retainer broke and I never did get it fixed, and my teeth started crowding again. So I'm hoping maybe I might be able to have some benefit from this meat heavy diet in the future. So we'll see. So stay tuned for some other videos. Hit like and subscribe if you want to see more content. Thanks for hanging out with me.